Good evening. It's 7 o'clock and it's not my usual day for doing my Facebook Live. So it's Tuesday and I've got someone watching. I'm not sure who it is. I've got a few watching now. Pamela Broadhead. Hiya, Pamela. I'm just saying it's Tuesday. It's not my usual day for doing my Facebook Live. Hi, Lois.
Hey, Mum, you alright?
Yeah, I'm just doing a Facebook Live. Can I call you back?
Oh yeah, of course you can, yeah.
All right, sweetheart. See you later.
See you later, bye.
Bye, darling. Bye. Sorry about that, everyone. That was Lois. Last week it was my daughter. It's good to know that I keep in touch with my children. So sorry about that. Where were I? Right. Yes, I normally do my Facebook Lives. Hiya, Rosemary, on a Thursday, but yay, yoo-hoo, we are starting back at our craft group, which is a sewing group, Fat Quarter Quilters in Mapplewell. So I'm sure there's a few in tonight who will be going there this Thursday. So I've changed to I can't even speak, I'm so tired, sorry. I've changed to a Tuesday, so this is going to be my regular spot if it takes off and it's convenient for people. If people would prefer it to be an hour earlier, let me know, because I may change to 6 o'clock, whatever suits you lot best. But I just thought 7 o'clock, maybe you've had your dinner and you just wanted to settle down and, you know, watch a bit of sewing, whatever. So let me know if it's convenient for you to keep it at 7 or if you prefer it at 6. So what have I been doing this week and what's on my work desk? Right, I've not been doing a great deal. Oh, I have actually. I have been doing quite a bit of sewing. I've been doing my block of the month. I'm actually quite weary of it at the moment. I've done 36 of the same blocks and I'm now on to 24 of another one. So how do you get to join craft club? Do you live nearby, Beryl? It's in Irevan. It's in Mapplewell, which is in Barnsley. Hiya, Sharon. Sharon will be there. 7 is a good time, 6 is the time. Right, we'll keep it at 7 o'clock, Lynn. I think it is a bit easier for people who've had the dinner. So the craft club, it's not a craft club actually, it's a sewing group. Quilting mainly, but you can do any kind of sewing. And it's run by the most amazing people and joined by the most amazing people. I don't know how we got on or how we managed to get through lockdown without it, but we have done and we're finally going back. So I think the consensus is that 7 is better. Hello, it's me. Hiya, Jude. How are you doing? 7 is fine. Right, we'll keep it at 7 and we'll keep it at Tuesday. We'll see how it goes because we were building quite nice on our Thursday. So we'll keep it at Tuesday. See how that goes. Right, so last week I was doing the leather bag and I finished it off and I'm really pleased with it. I did add the little nameplate there which just says handmade. So I finished it off. I've got I've been using it as you can see. So it's got the little zip pocket at the back. So if anybody does want to do the cork messenger bag, I've got my strap as well in leather. It does work fine. Is it your first time, Sue? Hiya, Sue. Well, welcome. It's usually around about an hour. Might not be as long today because I'm not doing too much, but talking about sewing and hi Mum, love you too. Oh, thank you, Ellen. Yes, I'm really pleased with it because this leather was quite a cheap leather. I got it from a recycle place and there's quite a few of us who got hold of a few carrier bags full of it. They were just basically scraps, but there's obviously enough to make bags and things. So yes, I'm really pleased with it and I am using it. So while I'm on the topic of the messenger bag, it seems I've missed out an instruction. Somebody called Karen Brett. If you're watching, Karen, you add the flap onto the back before, let me just think, yes, before you add the lining piece to it. and then when you stitch the lining in, you're going to add it all in at the same time. Now I am doing a tutorial tomorrow, which will hopefully go live tomorrow evening, so if you can hang on till then. Hiya Joyce. That was a new bag. Yes, it's the hi Mary, it's the messenger bag. It's the Cork messenger bag, but I did it in leather, and it's a brilliant, it's got 2 pockets there, but it's also got a secret pocket in the middle, and it's got a zip pocket on the back, and it's a brilliant everyday little bag, and it's crossbody. So it's the leather that we got from the recycle yard. So I am really pleased with it, and just a little clasp on the front. So yes, I got that finished and really well happy with that. This is a bit of applique. Hiya Jean. Can't wait till Thursday, Jean. Looking forward to it. This is a gift for someone, so I can't say too much about it, but I really enjoyed doing it. I do have the die for Sunbonnet Sue, and these are the AccuQuilt dies that I did on here as well. So it's basically just appliqued on, and then I just free motion quilted around the outside edge. So I've been doing that. Me too. Oh, it's going to be brilliant, isn't it, Jean? All back to normal. So what else have I been doing? Right, I have cut out some dresses for my granddaughter. Going to try and make one for your daughter. Oh, good. I think it's a useful bag for any age. I think kids will love it because it's not too big. It's ideal to put across the body so they can carry on doing whatever they're doing, you know, if they're shopping. It's pretty safe. I do think it's a really nice bag, so good, go for it, Joyce. I got to see my granddaughter on Sunday, which I can't tell you how lovely it was. Couldn't touch her or anything, but she's still on oxygen and she's still got a lot of problems. Since I've seen your demo with the magnetic hoops, I now want to upgrade my embroidery machine. You can certainly blame it on me, Carol. I'll take all responsibility. I apologise. But saying that, I don't apologise actually, because I've been using mine today and it makes it so much easier. Hiya Christine, see you on Thursday. So no, I'm not apologising. I think you will love it. So mine's the Stellaire and I couldn't be happier with it. Which one are you going for? Let me know. The Stellaire has got some fabulous inbuilt designs in it, but the things it can do, it's amazing. The frame. Have you got yours, Sarah? Have you tried using them? And I think you bought quite a few, didn't you? If I remember, I think I've got every one they do for the Stellaire, unless they do a. No, they don't do a bigger one. No, I think I've got everyone, and I'm really happy with them. So right, so I've cut out a couple of dresses in here and a couple of romper suits for my granddaughter. She's doing really well at the moment. She will always have problems. She's apparently got 11 chronic diseases, but she's overcoming everything really well. And they allowed her to take her down into the foyer of the hospital, so long as we all wore masks and sanitised. And my son and his wife brought her down, so I did get to see her. Very impressed, bought too. Yeah, I think you'll be buying more as well if I know you, Sarah. Right, so I've cut out, and I'm actually making for Sarah some matching not headbands, scrunchies. So I cut them out of the scraps that were left. So it's just a little yoke top, obviously the same one, and then it's the shorts. It's like a little romper suit. Are going to be clasps underneath. And the dress is obviously just exactly the same but gathered. So I've cut out 2 dresses and 2 romper suits. I may do them on one of the lives. If they fit her, I will probably be making her some more. It's a lined bodice, so that should be nice. So that's in my project bag, ready to do. So that's on my work desk. They don't work with my old brother Super Galaxy's machine. Right, you'll have to upgrade then, Carol. It's a given. You've got to. You can't do without them. The other thing, what I was talking about last week was the closet case puff or puffet. I've actually got mine cut out, and I decided to go with the Tula Pink homemade fabric, which I got. Yes, thanks Mary, it was lovely to see her. She was asleep, but hey ho, it was just so wonderful. She's actually got up to £9.7. I can't believe it how she's done it. She's put over £1 on in a week, but at least she's going up the right way. She's still in hospital, but she'll be out soon, hopefully. So yes, so what I decided to do was I decided to use my Tula Pink fabric, iron, and I've decided to cut out 2 of each, but I've used one of the fabrics for another project that I'm doing tonight, so one of them I had to cut out double. So I chose the really nice, which one was it? I think it was this one with the scissors on that I chose to do twice. So this is the sides of the buffet, and I'm not going to do it tonight because I want to do it as a sew along, so if anybody else wants to do it with me, you can get the pattern, get your fabrics ready, and we'll do it together. Or obviously you can just watch it back on YouTube, and I put it on YouTube. But yeah, it's the Closet Case Puff or Puffet. It's a free pattern. You just subscribe to their newsletter. So go on Closet Case Patterns and subscribe, and then download the free pattern. And these are the top pieces, so you can gauge by that it's quite a big buffet, and you put the top sections in pieces like a wedge shape. These are going to go all the way around the top, and then the base is in 2 pieces with a zip that joins. Now I've done this out of a really thick calico, and I'm thinking about lining the calico with a main fabric and then enclosing the zip in between. I'm thinking that it's a puffet, it's got to be really, really strongly stuffed. So I'm thinking about adding a lot of strength to it by lining it with a calico, and with the fabric I've put a woven piece on the back. New to what are the Stellaire rings you're talking about? Thanks. It's the hoops for the Stellaire. The Stellaire is an embroidery machine, which is the one I've got is embroidery only, and the hoops are the things that you stabilise the fabric in, so it holds the fabric while the machine moves it around. And the new ones that we're talking, well, they're not new, but the ones that we're talking about are the magnetic hoops, which obviously save you having to put one inside the other and then tying it up. As you know, I've got problems with my hands, so basically it's quite flat, so it's easier for lining up your fabrics. It's not having to go up and over the hoop and then underneath and then back up the other side, so it does make it a lot easier. They are quite expensive, but they do the job very well, so I really like them. So yeah, so if you can see, I've used a woven interfacing on the back, and I've fused that really well. So I'm still thinking about lining it as well with the calico, because I want to really, really stuff it, because if anybody sits on it, you don't want it to lose its shape. So if anybody's wanting to do this with me, I'll probably start it next Tuesday. It does keep the fabric very tight in the hoop, that's what Sarah's just saying, and it's very easy to line up. Now that's what I'm going to show you next, which is basically what I'm going to be doing tonight. So get the pattern if you're wanting to do it. It's a PDF pattern, you tape it together. What's the name of webpage for Puffet? It's Closet Case Patterns. Oh, it's backwards, but Closet Case Patterns, and it's spelt P-O-U-F. So get that, and it's only basically 3 pieces. So there's the side, the wedge, and then the base. But I think it'll make a really nice addition to a sewing room, especially if you do it in a sewing fabric. So that's another project I've got cut out today. I have actually been doing a bit of paper craft as well, so I'm really getting back into my Crafty Mojo, and I'm just feeling the need to make and make. So that's another project ready. Right, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make a cover for my Scan and Cut. Hiya Trudy. So the my Scan and Cut, I did have a cover for it, but it wasn't the best fitting one, and I did the pocket too big. So I decided it's time I'd add another one. And also I weren't really fond of the fabric I used for it. And I've decided that I'm going to use the best fabrics, saving to get some more. Yeah, it is a costly thing to get the magnetic hoops, but once you've got them, I think it'll be fantastic. Where can you get the hoops in the UK, please? Right, Carol, if you go to Dime, which is Dimensions in Machine Embroidery, UK Embroidery, hang on. Yeah, UK Embroidery. Sarah, what is it, please? UK Machine Embroidery, that's it. There's a lady on there called Michelle Schofield, and she is the distributor in England, and she's always ordering, so go and see her, tell her what machine you've got, and she'll sort it out for you. So it's Dimensions in Machine Embroidery, but the group is on Facebook, and it is UK Machine Embroidery Sewing Group, so they'll help you out. If you can't find it, let me know and I'll pass it on to you. UK Embroidery Supplies. Right, there you go, Carol, I think it was. Right, so what I did, and this is what the hoop lets you do really well. I bought these fabrics from a Chanda, and it's the Tula Pink homemade. And I bought 1/2 metre of each one. Iodine. So I decided that what I've been doing is doing the edge-to-edge embroidery, and if you look on the back, you can see it easier on the back. This is a unicorn. Can you see it there? Let's have a look. Is it upside down? Let me get one of the unicorns. There we go. So if you can see there, there's the unicorn. And then there's a unicorn head with all the curls, and then there's a little clouds. So it enables you to do big pieces of fabric all in an edge-to-edge embroidery that looks like it's been done on a long arm machine. And basically I embroidered the whole lot. And the reason I do that is because I don't need that much, but with what's left over I make the little purses and little zipper bags and things like that, but also I cover notebooks with it. So so it's really good to be able to do that, and the magnetic hoops are brilliant for that. I'll do another video one day because we have more people now who tune in to watch, so I will do another video showing you how I do it. I don't think it's the proper way, but it works for me. You can't see any joins in that, and it's brilliant. So I've got my piece all quilted, and how I got the pattern for this Scan and Cut, I am watching from Scotland and getting inspired. My mojo had left me, but you are getting me going again. Oh, Mary, oh, you're very welcome. I think sometimes, you know, you need to just either see somebody sewing or talk about sewing, and it does get you fired up again. Get your embroidery machine out, get one of the magnetic hoops for it, and you'll be well on your way again. Right, so I've got my Scan and Cut on the table. I'll see if I can get it so you can see my cutting table a bit better. There you go. So what I've done is I have cut out, no I haven't, I have made a pattern for this beforehand, so it's not going to take me that long. So I got some freezer paper and I cut it to the length of the Scan and Cut. Just turn that round a bit, plus about maybe 1 inch on each side, so you can see that goes all the way around, and it fits from the base all the way around to the base on the other side. So I know that that is going to do the body of my machine. So that's one piece. And then the side piece, if you can see there, I made, that's not the flat bit, that's the flat bit. I made the side piece so that it will fit all the way around with about 1 inch all the way around, because I don't want it too tight, but I don't want it too loose either. So that's my side piece. So you can see it's got a straight edge, fits to the floor, and it follows the shape of the machine. And then the other thing was I wanted a pocket to put all my bits and pieces on the front. So I'm thinking I'll do it from the base there, so that pocket is about the right size. So I'm doing the pocket in a different fabric, and I chose some of the ones with the scissors, and I wanted the eyes in the centre there. So that is going to be my pocket for the front. So now all I need to do, and what I've done is I've cut out a piece of calico and a piece of wadding for the pocket. So I just need to cut out one pair of the side pieces, and then the body of the bag, and then I'm going to bind it. So I'll put my machine over there, lay my fabric out, and I want to keep as much of this fabric left as I can so that I can make something else with it. Actually, I'm going to do it this way, because when you've got the magnetic hoops, you need to leave quite a bit around the edge so that you make sure that you go right up to the edge there. So it is too small to go width way, so I'm going to have to do it that way, which is just about right, so that's good. So I'm going to put that on there, and I've still got more or less half of it left, which is brilliant. So I'll put my pattern weights on, get my scissors, and I'll just cut this out. After I've done this, the next one I need to make a cover for is the Stellaire. I did buy a pattern for it, and I made it for my V3. Unfortunately, the Stellaire is a little bit bigger than the V3, so it doesn't fit. But also, I got one of the thread spool racks for the top of it. So I need one that's going to be a lot taller. So I will have to make a pattern for my V3, for my Stellaire to cover that. So after I've done this one, that is another one that I will be doing in the future. So all these bits don't go to waste. I do sew the wadding back together and use it in my embroidery machine, and the other bits are going to go to stuff the puffy, so they don't go to waste. Right, so that is my front, the body of the bag cut out. So I just need to cut out the side pieces now. I will keep the dimensions of this. If anybody else wants the dimensions given to cover their scan and cut, I can give you the dimensions. If you have a Cricut, it may be different sizes, but you can always alter this pattern to cover the fact that it's a different size. It should still work. Right, so now I want a pair of these sides. So I'm going to cut one and then flip it over to get the pair. Has anybody else's sewing group started back? So that's one side. So if I flip that over, then I know it's going to be, actually I'm going to do it that way, I know it's going to be a pair. There we go. So now I've got still quite a bit left over to maybe make a book cover or something else, or a little bag I could make a little bag to put in the power cord. Can't speak, don't know what's up with me. Right, so that's all my pieces. And I've cut some binding out at 1 1/4. I'm going to see if I can do it on my, my industrial machine. So I'm going to take these over to the machine and I'm going to go to my Bernina. So I'll take you with me. I'll be as gentle as I can. It's all set up and ready. Sorry if you're a bit seasick. There we go. Right, so I'll just lower you down a little bit. There we go. Apologies for that. There we go. I'll just turn the lights down on my machine a bit. That's a bit better. Right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to sew the pocket. So I'm going to put the wadding and the calico on top of, the calico and the fabric on top of the wadding, and I'm going to stitch around 3 sides. Oops, I've left my gin and tonic over there. I've decided to have a gin and tonic for your Jude, seeing as you had one other day. Just put my stitch length up a little bit. So I'm on the Bernina and I'm using Aurifil thread. I do like nice Aurifil thread. I think it matches in with most things I have. So just stitching all the way around. Actually, I'm going to do it as a patch pocket, so I'm going to stitch along the bottom as well. And I'm going to leave a turning gap. So I'm going to leave the gap now. Where's my scissors? So I'm going to snip the corners, making sure I don't go through the stitches. I do apologise, I can't speak. And I haven't got my iron plugged in even. So I'm just going to turn this to the right side, so I'm just going to finger press it. It's getting dark, I can't believe it. September already, wow. And then it being cold. I can recommend G&Ts, especially watching you work. Oh, thanks, Jude. That's really kind of you. I'm going to use my little purple thing that's orange. To put my corners out. I just like to have a little pocket on the front because you have a stylus and you have lots of little bits and pieces with a scan and cut. And it's handy to keep everything together, and all the USBs as well. So yeah, pop that through. And then I'm going to turn the edges in. Just give that a little press. And I'm going to stitch all the way around about 1/4 inch in, so that when I stitch it onto the main body of the bag and I stitch right next to the edge, it will look like a double stitch and it'll look better. Is this every Tuesday? Yes, Pauline, it is. As somebody has done dinner. I am sorry. Bye, Mary. It's been lovely to speak to you, and I hope to see you soon. Yes, it's a new time, so yes, it will be every week on a Tuesday at 7 p.m. God, not 7 a.m. I don't want to be here at 7 a.m. You won't want to see me at that time. So I'm just going to stitch all the way around at about 1/4 inch, just over 1/4 inch. and I'm going to turn my stitch length up because I think it looks neater when top stitching to have quite a big stitch length. And it probably would have been better if I had pressed it. But hey ho, you know what I'm like. So I just want that to look neat on the bottom. Slip my threads up. Back tack. Oh, I think that looks very nice with the eyes for the scissors. Right, so when I stitch it on, actually I'm going to stitch on the top row, just along there on the very top, because that's not going to get stitched onto the bag, and I want it to look like double stitching. And just make sure I poke all that calico in. You can see a little bit of it, but you can see there I've got double stitching there, so when I stitch this onto the body right on the very edge, then it'll look double stitched all the way around. Enter with camera left side. I can actually see all of what you're doing. Right, it's much better with the camera on the left side. Right, do you want me to swap you over? Let me just put my flap down, because if I put that down I can get it in. Yeah, you were on left side, weren't you, last week? So I'll just change you over. Right. Is that better? And I'll try not to... Mind you, you cannot be able to see when I've got my hands there. Let me know if this is better or not. Right, let's get rid of them. Put my binding away. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where I want to position my... do I want the... Maybe I should have joined it so that I had the machines going the right way, but I'm going to have the machines going the right way on the front. So let's see. Just going to position the piece, the pocket, about an inch up, because then when I've got it on, yeah, I think that'll be better. So I'll just move them side pieces. I'm going to just reduce the stitch length a little bit. I still want it quite big, but this is going to be holding it onto the bag. So is that... Oh, it's no good, is it, that? I can see now. No. Right, sorry, Sarah. Sorry, I will put it back. I just looked around and saw that you couldn't see. So, yeah, I'll put you back. I shouldn't mess, should I? Right. So let me know if that's better for you. Yeah, you can see, can't you? I'm really tired today. I don't know what's up with me. So I do apologise. Stitching along the bottom. I've just got a normal polyester low loft wadding in. It's not a very fluffy one, and I think that's going to be absolutely fine for covering the machine. Right, so I've back tacked at the beginning and at the end, and there is my pocket there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move my wardrobe out of the way, get my side pieces and get some clips. Well, I haven't measured this, so I'm hoping that it's going to fit. So I'm just going to start clipping at this side. I've probably got a little bit of wiggle room. I'm just putting it together, and what I'm thinking about doing to finish the seams is just overlocking it. But I'm going to bind around the bottom. Oh, it's not too bad. I can ease that bit in. So I'm putting the seams together. And that one I'm just going to round it off. So that is the side of it. Sorry, you can't see, can you? Just... Hiya, Sandy. So there, that is the shape it's going to be. So I'm going to stitch this one on before I do the other side, and I'm going to use about just over 1 centimetre stitch length, and I am going to put my seam allowance. I'm going to put my stitch length down because this is construction now. As usual with these videos, I will be putting them on YouTube as well, so I am going to learn how to do it myself, so I'm not relying on Mark, but he's been working, so I haven't put last week. Well, it's not last week's really, is it? It's Thursdays. I don't want to knock them off. Just taking my pins off as I'm stitching. If anybody does want the pattern, I will change it to make sure that it's going to be curved on that piece there. We don't want a corner poking out. So I'm just easing it around. If anybody's commenting and I miss it, just put it back up again, and I'll try and keep having a look so I don't miss anyone. I do actually find it easier to just stitch it in as I'm going. I think it's because I was in a sewing factory and that's how we did it in the factories. I don't think there were ever any pins in a sewing factory. Right, so that's got that in. That is the corner there that I am just going to snip off. I'll see if I can do it with my snips. Yeah, there you go. So I will actually round that off on the pattern. And I'm going to put the other side on. Make sure I get the curve to the right side. There we go. But if you were covering the sewing machine or anything, that's how you would do it. That's how you would get it together. So I can't get... Oh, no, Carol, that's awful. Well, no, it's not. It's lovely to see your daughter. But not being able to get into your sewing room. Can you not put it in the living room or in the dining room? I take it it's a bedroom as well. I think what we should do is, as soon as his kids leave home, turn the bedrooms into a sewing room. Or a craft room and a sewing room. I'm just easing it around as I go because I don't want that corner on there. There we go, back tack at the end. And again, I'm just going to trim off that corner. Quite a quick project actually. So I'm going to turn this through. I used to do artwork and we were not allowed to use pins in case... Yeah, that's true actually, Sarah. And if you left a broken needle in a garment, ooh, you was in trouble. So I'm just turning it through. And then we'll go and see if it'll fit. So that's what it's looking like so far, which it does look like it's supposed to. It's got a little pocket. My room, no room, as hubby's doing work. Oh well, you can just stock up on your ideas, and then when you've got time to go into your sewing room, you'll be able to catch up. So I've got my binding. I've dropped it on the floor, so I'll see if I can grab that. I'll take you back round the other side. Sorry, I've just knocked the camera with my head. And we'll go on to the industrial machine. So I've got my binder foot on there. Actually, I'll just put the light on as I come round because it's quite dark round this side. There we go. Right, so I'll put you on the same side as you was on last week. Turn it on. Just rearrange it. Sorry for rocking you. Right, so this is the binder foot. I'll see if you can see with some light on. Is that better? Yeah, that's all right. And basically, I'm just going to run that through. Broke the thread anyway. I've been doing baby vests for Robin, so I've had a jersey fabric on. I hate having to thread black thread. No threaders on these babies. Let's see if I can see to do it. I remember being in the factories and having to use when we were working on black garments with black thread. Oh, it used to make you so tired. Oh, I've done it. Right, so I have joined it in case it's not enough. So what I need to do is, that's my join there. I need to feed it through that way so the join's at me. So I'm just gonna snip that off, put it into my, that's not going to be big enough to go through, I've got a pen here. Put it through the entrance to it, and then if I can grab it and slide it through. There we go. I'm not saying this is going to work because it's only a 1-inch one, but then you thread it along those little curves there. Let's see if I can see it. I think it's easier when you've got jersey in. This is a quilting cotton. Ah, it's coming through now. So I'll just pull that out, and what you do is you just pull it till it's coming out level, and then I wonder if my bobbin's not in properly. It's broke it again. Maybe I should have tested it before I got in. My job was binding April. Oh well, you'll know all about this. Quite a nice job actually binding. I didn't mind it. I was mainly on overlockers, but I did go on to lock stitches sometimes. Good old days, weren't they? I did enjoy it. I loved all kinds of sewing. I think my first experience with sewing was probably around 7 or 8. Like most people, making clothes for the Barbies and the Cindy's. And when I think back now to what those clothes must have looked like. But I don't know about you, but I actually preferred them to the clothes that came with the dolls. But sounds like Molly's come to see us. So this is right. Try it again. Molly's come to have a look, see what I'm up to. Yeah, my bobbin must not have been seated properly. Right, so if that looks like it's coming out all right, I shall have a go. It's only a narrow but actually, is it sewing all right? Yeah, it is. It's only a narrow binding, so I'm not 100% sure this is going to work, but let's give it a go. If not, I will do it the normal way. So I'm just going to start in the middle at the back. It might be too thick. Ooh, looks like it's working. So what I'm doing is I'm feeding the fabric in while the binding is coming from this side. I don't know if it'll be too thick when I get to the points here, but I'll trim it level and see if we can get away with it. If not, I'll just unpick it and do it the traditional way. I just thought it was worth trying. Let's put a bigger stitch length on. See, I've got all this bulk here, so but if I can feed that through, it might just work. Push it underneath. Checking it steady as I go because I don't know if it's going to like it. But this is how we find out. Hey. Oh, it's got over the first one. Another one coming up. So you can see it's putting the binding on both sides as I'm going. Oh, it looks like I've missed a bit there at the beginning, but it might be too thick. But I will go over it if I have to. I like the black with it though, I like the contrast of it. So I'm just pushing that in again. Maybe I should have put, I've got a bigger binder foot, maybe I should have put that one on. It's not liking them big seams. I've got past the second one. You never know until you try. Just make sure your binding's feeding in all right. So I've got the join coming through now, so I'll just try and make sure that goes through properly. Please don't go when I've got a join. I think I might just miss it. Right, so I've got another one here. I'm just going to trim it level again. I figure that if it's level, it'll go through all right. There we go. Well, easier, not all right, but easier. I definitely think I should have used the bigger foot. Sorry, the bigger binder attachment. But I know for next time. Just push that through. Molly's decided to put her head down on floor and go to sleep. She's come to join us. Yep, it's gone over that one. I don't think it's too bothered about the big seams actually. Right, so I'm coming around to where we started. I think the if I do it again, I will use the bigger attachment. Well, I don't think I'll do it again. Quite impressed. So coming back to where we started. Run a bit out. There we go. So we have got our bound edge scan and cut cover, and I will try it on the machine to see if it fits. So I'm sorry I'm going to have to move it again. A little bit last time, I promise. I'll just be gentle with you. I'll try not to stand on Molly. There we go. Right. So, the moment of truth. Hiya, Michelle. Right, so... Oh, it fits perfectly. Shouldn't have doubted myself, really, but... So there I've got a pocket for all my bits and pieces. And got the sides, got a little bit of room, which is what I wanted. So I've now got myself a new cover for my scan and cut. So let me just turn it, push you back up a little bit so I can see you. Right, so thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. I will get this put onto YouTube, so if anybody's got a machine they need to cover, then you know how to do it. If anybody wants the pattern, this is the CM900 scan and cut. If anybody wants it, I shall certainly pass it on to you. Thank you very much, everyone. So I've now got something really nice that I can look at instead. So I shall see you next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Thank you very much, Joyce. And it's been lovely to speak to you. So have a good evening, and see you next week. Thank you. Bye.